I do forgive Alex for what he put me through, because I went through a lot and I'm still here. And all I'm saying is you could stab me. That's you doing the crack and all the other drugs. You stabbed me, but guess what? That scar is still gonna be there.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. Alex and Lavanya met through a mutual friend and knew right away they wanted to be together. But this relationship has seen its share of problems. Alex developed a drug habit and Lavanya was there for it all. Now he's 7 years sober and Lavanya says she's proud of her husband's recovery, but is not down with his better-than-everybody attitude.
He is 7 years clean off of drugs and he think he is God Almighty. He think everybody around him is still on drugs and he's the only saved one. I'm not gonna stay here and deal with that.
The reason I'm on divorce court is because my wife drinks too much, she's defensive, and she won't let go of my past.
Lavanya says she can't hang in even for a little bit longer and is here to end their marriage today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Lavanya Dunn and Alex Johnson. Ms. Dunn and Mr. Johnson, you have been married for 9 years. Ms. Dunn, you have brought Mr. Johnson here seeking $2,500 for a tax return check that you say Mr. Johnson misappropriated. We will talk about that momentarily. Before we do, however, I'm going to start with you, Ms. Dunn. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're in divorce court here today?
He's 7 years clean now, but he thinks that he is God's gift to the world. He thinks everybody that come past him is on drugs. He's very hypocritical. He's a gospel artist, but he's a fake gospel artist. Let me tell you what I mean by that.
How do you be a fake gospel artist?
Let me tell you, Judge, Sunday morning come, he gets suited and booted, put on his cheap suit. He go in church, you know, praise you, Lord, and all that. Mind you, I don't go to church with him no more, and I'll tell you about that later. But he come home. No, I sure do. I sure don't. Then he comes home, okay, after having a good day at church, he walks in the house, and then he's like a Debbie Downer. He goes to start picking with my daughter, then he'll go in the back, start picking with my son, just doing stupid stuff like losing his manners and just, you know, doing stupid stuff, right? He does stupid stuff like that, but I'm like, did you lose your manners in church when everybody was having a funky good time? Why you want to come in here and mess up a good time at home? You know, why don't you sit down? Tell us what you learned at church today. Tell us something.
The real problem, Your Honor, is that my wife drinks too much. You know, 4 nights a week.
4 nights a week?
4 nights a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever day. It doesn't matter. She's on the porch drinking, and that's
Where am I at?
On the porch
Where
drinking.
am I at?
On
But
the
now,
porch.
Ms. Dunn, I can handle the inquiries here.
So,
Mr. Johnson, when you say she drinks, is it a glass of wine at the end of the evening, or are we talking about a half a bottle of vodka? What?
No, she drinks about 10 to 15 2 liters of beer.
They don't even sell it in 2 liters. You're lying already.
Well, you know, the quart. Okay, it's a quart.
Okay, right.
Okay.
32 ounces.
Ms. Dunn,
And Your Honor, I know because I give her $2, $2, $2, $2, $2. Can I get $2? And at a certain point, when I say, okay, we don't have no more money, you know, because we have to pay bills, she gets upset and she calls me out of my name in front of her friends.
But let me clarify something, Mr. Johnson. As I'm drinking in moderation during the day because
all day.
As he made a comment to me not too long ago that I'm acting like I'm a good mother. While I'm doing this, I'm like an octopus. I'm cleaning the kids' room. I'm cleaning the living room.
And then you lean over, pick up the pig, give it a sip, and then you
That's right, take a sip. Look, take a sip, baste the turkey, put it in the oven, take a sip, check on the cornbread. I sure do. That's how we do it. I was like that when you met me. Matter of fact, I didn't drink that much until after your drug problem.
Okay.
How about that?
Well, you mentioned that in the very beginning, so I'm going to give Mr. Johnson an opportunity to address that.
Well, Your Honor, yes, I was heavy on drugs. You know, every drug you can think of, I was on it.
You were doing it.
And at a certain point, we had separated for a couple of months because of it. But
Why and how?
because I kept
Ms.
spending.
Dunn, I can handle it, I promise you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mr. Johnson?
Because I would always spend the rent money. You know, if you're on drugs, you're gonna spend the rent money.
You spend any money. How long have you been clean and sober?
It'll be 7 years. in
7 years.
September.
Good for you. Good for you. Having gotten clean and sober, have you done those things? Because she's still mad about it.
Yes.
She's still got issues about it.
Yes.
And my no, you do. My question to you is this. Beyond stopping, have you addressed the pain that you caused while you were using?
Yes, I have.
And how have you done that?
I went through a 12-step program. You know, I worked through all 12 steps.
And what
Addressing,
number 9 is that number 9? Apologizing?
Yeah, making amends.
Making
I made
amends.
but I don't believe she's accepted it. But what she does is when she drinks, and I address the drinking issue, she brings up my past. She said, at least I'm not on crack cocaine.
Right.
And, you know,
Mrs. Dunn, he's done a great thing. I mean, he did a great bad, but he did a great thing. Can you let go the bad now that the good is on track?
I do forgive Alex for what he put me through, because I went through a lot.
I'm sure.
I went through a lot, and I'm still here. But you're not gonna sit here and get clean and get all high and mighty, and just because I choose to drink, I still take care of my family, and my drinking do not make us go homeless. And all I'm saying is you could stab me. That's you doing the crack and all the other drugs. You stab me, but guess what? That scar is still gonna be there. And you feel like all you have to do is say, I'm sorry, and then I forgive you, and then move on. You still walk around with your high attitude, you so arrogant, act like it still don't bother me. And it does still bother me.
Now, Mr. Dunn, I let her do that toward you because, number one, she needed to. She needed to get that off of her chest, and you needed to hear that. Right. And her analogy about the pain is very, very true. Right. The stopping in and of itself does not take away the fact that she felt unsafe for 7 years, that she didn't have money for 7 years, that she didn't know where you were all the time for 7 years. That lives with somebody. Right. And you've got to actively assuage all of that pain in some way or another. Right. And it's more than I'm sorry. There are certain acts that have to occur beyond I'm sorry. Right. You with me?
Yeah.
When divorce court continues, is Lavanya failing to give her husband the attention he needs?
Soon as I walk through the door, she's on the porch drinking with her friends. The friends get more time than I do.
Divorce isn't easy. Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Lavanya Dunn, who wants to divorce her husband because now that he is sober, she can't endure his sense of superiority. But is Lavanya's drinking a problem in this marriage?
I didn't drink as much in the beginning. Thank God I didn't, because I had to keep an eye on you and the kids. Right. You know I did. Right. Remember?
Right.
9 months pregnant, walking around in the snow looking for you and some sliding. That was called dedication, being there for my husband. So I'm saying, you have to do that for me.
Can you explain to me what she's telling me about the attitude that she says you display at home and why she's got that wrong?
When I come home, Your Honor, that's when I could relax and just be comfortable in my own space. I mean, my kids and I, we go back and forth, we joke, we have that type of relationship. Right. So you know, passing gas is, you know, is comedy in the household. Right. She doesn't like it, but we, you know, that's just kind of how we bond.
They don't like it, Alex. Alex, you're 6. They don't like it. It's annoying.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You say that you feel like he puts everyone else before you.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
I was very supportive, even though now he don't think I'm supportive when it comes to his rap career. I am. I would sacrifice him not coming home until when I seen him from 8 until like 1 o'clock in the morning. You got the studio. Then on times when you didn't have to go to the studio, as soon as you walk through the door, brr, 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 brr,
When's my time is what she's saying to you.
And then,
what?
and
No,
then,
hang on. That was a clear statement. Mr. Johnson, why don't you respond to that?
Well,
how do you feel about the way you manage your time and your relationship with your wife?
Your Honor, I just finished a double disc CD, 33 tracks.
Right.
So it took a lot of time to go to the studio and to complete that. But now I'm done, and as soon as I come home, though, Your Honor, as soon as I walk through the door, she's on the porch drinking with her friends. Mm-hmm. So for her to say she wants my time, it doesn't make sense.
It's not consistent with what she's doing.
I'll say, let's watch a movie. She can never sit there to watch the movie. She's always on the porch with her friends.
With the
friends get more time than I do.
Your response to that, Ms. Dunn?
When you come home, you're rude. I don't want to sit in there with you. That's why. You're rude, you're mean and surly, and you know that you are.
Give me a couple of examples where you say he's arrogant, rude, or surly.
The car stalled right as somebody was coming out. So by the time I come outside to smoke me a cigarette, I'm looking 2 floors down like, okay, he's finna ask me to help him push the car. Mind you, it's like 10 grown men right there. He yells up, hey babe, help me move the car. So I'm like, forget it. Okay, let me put my shoes on. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for what? Me to go put on some shoes? You don't have time for your wife to go put on some shoes to help you push your car up that's only 2 feet away when it's a ton of young, strong men right there? I went in my house and closed my door.
Mr. Johnson.
As a wife, Judge, I felt disrespected, I felt low, and I felt like, what woman would want a man like that? And I tell you right now, final straw, I love Alex, but I do not like him.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn gives Alex a chance to show off his talent.
Mr. Johnson, they're all going to want to hear you rap, so go ahead.
Now my life is amazing. It's a gift that you gave me, so I'm praising you daily, because I don't know why you saved me.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Alex Johnson, who says his wife's drinking problem is ruining their marriage. But does Alex live in a fantasy world?
My husband likes to paint a picture, like, you know how the kids draw pictures and all daddies and mom doll together. It's not like that.
Mr. Johnson, tell me how you feel about the statement that she said that she loves but does not like you. Explain how you feel about that, and what are your feelings towards her?
Well, Your Honor, she is my best friend. You know, I love her. I just feel that, you know, it's since I've been clean and I've been doing these activities and I've been doing ministry and music, that she supports me to a degree, but she doesn't realize that it's a necessity for me to stay clean, to stay focused.
Is to have all this activity going on.
Yeah,
because an addict's worst enemy is free time.
Yes.
Why don't you go to church with the man?
Let me tell you why. Because my husband likes to paint a picture, like, you know how the kids draw pictures and all daddies and mom doll together. It's not like that. Because once we leave church premises, he'd be like, you get on my nerves, and you know, I don't want it to get, do you get rude and strict when you get back home?
Well,
Come on,
Your Honor,
be honest.
I always tell her I consider myself to be the head of the house. I'm the father. Yes, I'm a little rude and aggressive when it comes to disciplining the kids, but as far as the name calling, whenever she gets intoxicated, you know, one time in particular, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, she got the radio blaring on the porch, and she wants me to come out and hang with her and dance with her at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I gotta work in the morning.
We could have went in the house.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, hey. I know exactly what's happening at your house. I don't need to hear another word. I know exactly what's going on at your house. Mr. Johnson, they're all going to want to hear you rap, so go ahead.
Okay.
I know it's coming, so let me get it done.
Now my life is amazing. It's a gift that you gave me, so I'm praising you daily, because I don't know why you saved me. I'm thinking lately, when you made me, Lord, that you knew I would share the good news and do good works, go out in the world and bring them to church. Tell them all about this gospel, because you know the world is hostile. Bring them in out the pouring rain so you can show me how to live again. Make that change, take that pain, leave it at the altar of Jesus' reign. Because of the King, I know I remain in the land of the living. I'm not the same. I'm grateful.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn tells Alex how it is.
You don't think about how you talk to her. You don't think about how she feels. You're home now. You need to get your needs met. You came home. You're not high. What's the matter with her? Why can't I have what I want when I want it and how I want it?
Divorce court returns with the case of Lavanya Dunn and Alex Johnson, who have 2 children together and are divorcing after 9 years of marriage.
First of all, I know what the situation is. You want $2,500 because you contend that while he was actively addicted, that he took $2,500 from your checking account and you want it back. Did you, in fact, do that?
Yes, Your Honor. It was actually a tax return.
Tax return.
And yes, I was.
And you misappropriated it.
Yes, I did.
Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna say some things to you. The first thing is, I'm glad you're healthy now.
Thank you.
Do not believe that that's enough. As hard as it was for you to get right, that is not enough to live off of the rest of your life. Right. She's drinking a little more and she's running out of the house because you are, and you said it one time, and I believe this is how you live. You are the head of the house and I am a little rude and aggressive. What's your thing? I did a good thing. I'm not high no more and I'm a man and this is my house and she should get up when I want, and you don't think about how you talk to her. You don't think about how she feels. You don't think about what she needs. You're home now. You need to get your needs met. You came home. You're not high. What's the matter with her? Why can't I have what I want when I want it and how I want it? Yeah. That's what you're doing. I'll tell you why you can't have what you want when you want it and how you want it. It's not about just saving you from your lesser self. It is about holding your family near to you and dear to you in a manner which makes them feel good about who they are and being with you. You haven't done that. Mm-hmm. You need to come home and bring that grace of God that you talked about in church into her presence. Right. You need to make her feel like she's somebody. You need not be rude and aggressive. There's no need to be rude and aggressive to a woman you know's got your back, who's know has been there when you was down for you, when you were down for the count. You have that power as the head of the house to determine how that house, the atmosphere in the house is. Yes. And you've set up an atmosphere that has sent her to the bottom. Do better.
Okay.
Ms. Dunn, I'm gonna say this to you. I get you. You were a good woman. You were down for your man, you did your job, and all you want is a little kindness and peace, and you deserve it. Don't let his failures send you to the liquor store. It is a false sense of okay that you get from that leader. So be careful. You may have a reason to drink, but you don't want to drink.
That's right.
And those are your kids. They see you sipping, even if you're not out of control. They see how you live your life is you sip through your life. You don't want your kids to sip through their lives. Right. You know what I mean? You can do better than that. I know you can. You're strong, you're beautiful. I get that. But it's all on you, Mr. Johnson. All of it. Every single piece of it.
Oh, I hear you.
Now, if the brother can't come across with a good attitude, he will come across with $2,500 because he owes you that money and misappropriated. Judgment in favor of Ms. Dunn in the matter of $2,500.
All right. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Alex says that since leaving divorce court, he and Lavanya are communicating a lot more, and she has stopped drinking. Alex feels that Judge Lynn's advice lifted a huge weight from their shoulders, and her advice made a lasting impact on their marriage. He reports, "She literally saved our marriage and our family."